Hi, my name is Steve Reed. I'm with Stephen Reed Ministries. I want to share with you for a few minutes some information about the composition of a dream. But first, I'm a life and marriage coach. I'm a Ziglar Choose to Win coach. I'm a keynote speaker, and I love sharing with other people and teaching some of the things that I've gleaned over the many years that I've been in business. Let's talk about the composition of a dream. First, what is a dream? A dream is a vision voluntarily indulged in while we are awake. Now, you probably remember when you were growing up, maybe second, third, fourth grade, there was always that one student in class that they were the daydreamer. They were sitting there looking out the classroom windows all the time, and you could never really get them focused on what they were supposed to be focused on because they were focused on their dream, whatever that daydream is. Now, here's a question for you as we start. When was the last time you spent some time just daydreaming? A dream is an inspiration. Have you ever been sitting down somewhere at a coffee shop and you're drinking a cup of your favorite coffee, and all of a sudden this thought comes into your head and it starts to evolve in your head? Maybe you're having dinner someplace, maybe you're just sitting watching TV or surfing the web, and that thought comes into your head. That's an inspiration. I'll give you a case in point. About 15, 16 years ago, I was reviewing a book for a friend of mine, and as I was reading through the book, I started thinking, gosh, I would love to write a book sometime, but what would I write about? Well, about 5 or 6 years later, I was authoring my first book. I published that back in 2014. I've published my second book, and I'm working on books number 3 and 4. And it all started as a little inspiration from a friend of mine. So, what are your dreams? What are your goals that are dancing around in your head? My friend Shirley White Stevens says all the time, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So we're going to be going through the plan along with how you develop that goal. First, how do you achieve your dreams and your goals? It is a 7-step process that you must go through. And I promise you will not be able to avoid any of the steps. You can't take shortcuts. You have to go through all of them to really achieve the ultimate success that you're looking for. One of my mentors, author Bruce Wilkinson, he's a pastor, a professor, a teacher, a business owner. And several years ago, probably about 23, 24 years ago, he wrote the book, The Prayer of Jabez. And a few years after that, he wrote the book, The Dream Giver. And I absolutely fell in love with this book because it has the basic concepts that I'm going to be sharing with you today and the formula for you achieving great success. And the book is essentially, the first half is an allegory. It's talking about a young man named Normal, and he's just an ordinary guy, and he lives in a place called Familiar. And one day, a little white feather lands on his windowsill. That was his dream. And I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process and fill in some other details along the way about developing that dream. Another author that I love to follow is my friend Tom Ziglar. Of course, Tom is the proud son of Zig Ziglar. And about 2 years ago, Tom launched his first book, which is called Choose to Win. And I was honored to be selected as one of the first Choose to Win coaches in Tom's newly developed coaching system just a little bit less than 2 years ago. So a lot of the content that I'm going to be sharing with you today is either from Tom's book, from his dad's books, or from Bruce Wilkinson, and then the other things that I've gleaned along the way. But first, you have to embrace your dream. Now, this is step one in the process of developing or achieving your dream. You have to embrace your dream. The first step that you have to do is you have to realize or understand what that dream is. No matter how big or small the dream is, You have to go to the root of that dream. And the root of that dream is, what is your why? Why do you want to achieve this particular dream? Maybe it's owning or expanding a business. Why do you want to do that? Because I want to touch more lives. Maybe it's a new car. Why do you want a new car? Well, I need something more reliable. Maybe you want something that's safer for your family. Maybe it's you want to build an orphanage someplace because maybe you grew up as an orphan and you want to be able to give back. So, what is your why? That's going to be the foundation or the root of each and every one of your dreams. Then, when you look at that dream, you have to have an overwhelming desire to achieve that dream. That's the hope that's going to drive you on this process of achieving your dreams. The next step is you have to take action. I frequently tell the story there are five bullfrogs sitting on lily pads. Three of them decide that they want to jump off the lily pads. How many are left on the lily pads? Well, it's all five of them because all they did was they decided. They didn't take action. That's the grit that we need in order to achieve our dreams. You have to take action. There's a fourth component in achieving your dreams, and that is the roadblocks that encumber us. Now, a lot of times I'll show a slide that's a picture of a hot air balloon that's tethered onto the ground. And you've got these four tether lines that are holding it in place. So the question is, what are the tether lines that are holding you back from achieving your dreams? When you look at this hot air balloon, it's almost as if the balloon itself is the vehicle that's going to take you to your dreams. And that basket that's holding you and the other people, that's your dream. In the hot air, that's your desire. But you've got to understand you have to take action and overcome all of the roadblocks. Step two is get out of your comfort zone. Every one of us, I don't care who you are, every one of us has a comfort zone of some sort. Now, why don't you get out of your comfort zone? Are you in a rut? Are you content with being satisfied? Are you stuck? Are you afraid of change? Many years ago, I moved from the Houston area to Southwest Virginia. And shortly after getting there, I realized that the people in this area, they're surrounded by mountains. These people were content with being satisfied, or were they satisfied with being content? I don't remember which it was, but one of their favorite phrases to use was, well, we don't do things like that around here, or we've never done that before. Are you in a rut where you are today? So let's say you get a dream and you find yourself in this comfort zone. Do you break out of that comfort zone in order to pursue your dream? The next step is you're going to face what Bruce Wilkinson calls border bullies. Now, the border bullies can look like a parent, a sibling, a spouse, a friend, a coworker. And their intentions, while they generally are pure, they want to look out for your best interests. A lot of times they really are looking out for their best interests. Because if you start to pursue your dreams and your goals, sometimes it will directly impact them and their lives. If you are no longer in the picture, who will they depend on? Who will they go to? Who will they pal around with? Who will they go and have coffee with? So when you leave to pursue your dream, you are directly and sometimes indirectly impacting their lives as well. So they're looking for you staying in their lives because it impacts their comfort zone. So they're going to try and talk you out of that. And you may get right to the edge of getting into the serious pursuit of your dream, and they're going to try and pull you back. Once you cross over that border, you're going to find yourself oftentimes living in a world of a wilderness. Maybe you look around and you're all by yourself. Maybe fear starts to settle in. What am I doing? You're second guessing, you're doubting, was this really a dream for me? Did I really intend on doing this? I didn't know it was going to be this hard. And all of a sudden, you start learning all these different lessons. And sometimes people will come in and out of your life that will encourage you. Continue to pursue, continue to charge forward, go after your dream, keep focused on your dream. But sometimes you are going to feel as if you are truly all alone. Once you get past that place of desolation and that wilderness, you're going to wake up and you're going to be in a place of sanctuary. A sanctuary is a place of rest. You get to just simply relax for a little while, regroup, reflect on the things that you learned as you were going through this process, going through that time of the wilderness and dealing with those border bullies. You reflect on the things that you learned. Maybe you got some wounds and some scars along the way, and maybe you need to recover from those things. Maybe you need to refocus. Maybe you need to get your focus really back in tune with where it needs to be. Sometimes you may even need to release your dream or your goal. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes we have become so passionate about our dreams and our goals that we've made those dreams to become our God instead of God being our God. And sometimes God will tell you, I want that dream back because I want to be your God and I don't want the dream to be your God. So you have to let go of it. And when you let go, it gives you an opportunity to sit back and recognize that God is still sovereign. He is still in control. And he's the one that originally gave you that dream. Oh, step six. Step six is the one that oftentimes turns people back. They don't know how to overcome. Step six is where all of the giants are. I mean, the real giants, like this giant redwood tree. In Northern California, there are trees that are so large that you can drive a vehicle. Now, I don't mean a little moped. I'm talking about a car or a truck through that tree. It is absolutely amazing to see that. So, what are the giants in your life? Maybe the giant is financing. Maybe you've got a dream so big, but you need $150,000, but you don't know where you're going to get that $150,000 from, and you've hit one of those giants. Maybe it's competition. Maybe there's a competitor out there that is so big, you don't know how you're going to overcome that particular giant. Maybe it's technology. Maybe you need a new computer system and it's going to cost you $20,000 and you don't know all the ins and outs and you don't know exactly what to buy and you need some help in that process. Maybe it's the financing along with that as well. Oh, maybe it's new knowledge that you need. You want to be able to build this dream, but you need additional knowledge. Maybe you need to go back to school. Maybe you need to take some seminars or do some other continuing education. But you need additional knowledge in order to achieve that dream or that goal. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's simply you don't think you have enough time. Well, if you're married, maybe your spouse is pulling you in a lot of different directions. Maybe it's your children or grandchildren. You've got obligations. Maybe it's your current job or business that you're running. Maybe it's things with the church or a civic organization that's taking your time and you're thinking, how in the world am I going to be able to do this? I don't have enough time. But yet you want to pursue that dream. You have to overcome all of the giants that are in front of you in order for you to achieve that dream. And the crazy thing, if the giants aren't very big, it's probably not a big enough dream. If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. Now, if your dream is to go out to a nice local steakhouse, and get a nice steak tonight. That may not be a big enough dream. But if your dream is to buy a steakhouse, now that may be the kind of dream we're talking about. Why? Because you've always liked serving people good quality delicious food. You want to build an empire of steakhouses around the country. Now that's a big dream. But if it's just going out to get a nice steak tonight, yeah, that's probably not a big enough dream for you. So what do you get when you achieve your dream? You get to start living the dream. Is it travel? Do you want to travel to all 7 continents? Do you want to travel to all 50 states? Do you want a beautiful new home? Maybe a full bank or investment account. Maybe you're looking forward to your retirement years. Maybe you want to be so benevolent in, as the Bible says, not telling the right hand what the left hand is doing. You want to do it in secrecy or in privacy so that you can go and visit the people that you are helping and they have no clue that it's you. You want to give back. Maybe you want to build an orphanage because maybe you grew up as an orphan, or maybe you were adopted when you were a small child, and you want to be able to give back, give hope to other people so that they can live their dreams. Maybe you want to write a book or record a CD or an album. Maybe you want to start your own TV program. Whatever the dream is, maybe it's expanding your business because you want to impact so many other people in the process of this journey called life. What is your dream? How big is your dream? What does it look like to live out your dream? Hopefully you wake up every morning as if something wonderful is about to happen, but then you take action. And if you don't take action, you will never, ever achieve your dreams, no matter how big they are, no matter how little they are. If you don't take action, they're not just going to drop and fall into your lap. You have to pursue, you have to take action. So let's look back at these 7 steps of pursuing your dreams and your goals. Number 1, you must embrace your dream. You have to have your dream well defined. You have to escape your comfort zone. You can't stay in your comfort zone because if you stay in your comfort zone, you'll never achieve anything. Ignore the border bullies. Ignore those people that are trying to hold you back from achieving the great things that you know you are capable of achieving. Learn the lessons while you're in that wilderness, in that place of desolation. Learn the lessons. Observe everything that's going around. So when somebody comes along beside you to encourage you, listen to them as they are encouraging you. Take note of those things. And then when you get to that world of a sanctuary, relax, reflect, refocus, release so that you can regain exactly what it is that dream is that's before you. And then you have to defeat those giants, no matter how big those giants are. If it means more knowledge, then seek out the knowledge. If it needs more advisors, you need to talk with different people that understand what it is to achieve that particular dream that you're going after. Talk to those people. I remember when I first started writing my first book, I had a group of advisors that I talked to about the step-by-step process and printing and publishing the book and how do I market the book. I talked to advisors. I talked to the right people that helped me understand all of those different things that I needed to do in order to realize that dream. So if that dream is buying that new car or expanding your business, talk to the right people. Is it maybe you need an accountant or a business advisor, or maybe another team leader that's going to help you that's already done that type of business before? Talk to the right people, engage the other people so that they can help you defeat all of those giants, because a lot of times their perspective will show you that those giants really aren't giants. They're just little hurdles you have to jump over. And then finally, enjoy your dream. Now, here's the crazy thing that Bruce Wilkinson said when he was finishing up the story, this allegory. He said, here's the crazy thing. When you finally achieve your dream, you've gotten to your destination. All of a sudden, God gives you a new dream. And you realize that you have to go back through this 7-step process all over again. Now, some of you are probably thinking to yourself, but I've got 3 different dreams that I'm working on right now. One of them, you're in the infancy stages. Another one, maybe you're being hit by those border bullies. Another one, maybe it's the giants. Maybe another one, you're in that world of sanctuary. So understand you have to go through all 7 of these steps to achieve your dreams. And the crazy thing is, once you've gone through and you've recognized these steps, you realize that every time it gets a little bit easier because you know where you are in the process. So think about the dreams and the goals that you have that are in front of you. Do a little bit of daydreaming yourself. Recognize that it's a step-by-step process for you to be able to achieve your dreams. I would love to help you achieve your dreams. If you need to have a conversation, let's have that conversation. And let's see if we can help you get those dreams and goals pulled together. Again, my name is Steve Reed. I'm a life and marriage coach. I'm a Ziglar Choose to Win coach. And my mission in life is pretty simple. I want to bring light and hope into your world so that you can live a more victorious and dream-filled life. I hope you have a blessed day today. Goodbye for now.